it's Tahs. Welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. So today, September 1st, I'm a little bit behind schedule, but we're here. It's time for a new TBR. So we're going to play TBR scratch off. And I also have these sticky notes because I did a few, change something. So that's what these are for. So we're going to test that out here in a minute. But before we do that, I have already done a video about attending Seasonathon Academy. I will put that one down in the for you guys, link it down below. That one is hosted by Melanie, Kaylani, and Clint. Starts for the entire month of September as well. But also, there's another one that's another readathon, and that is Becca's Bookathon, and it is running for the whole month of September as well. So, not to make this video any longer than what it normally is, I went ahead and I played Bookathon, and there went one of my sticky notes. I went ahead and played it, took screenshots of what I got, so we're just gonna make that go a little bit quicker. Yeah. So, but before we do any of that, let's talk about last month. So, last month I had 7, 8, 9, 10 books, and I didn't do too bad. So let's talk about them. So my first one I had was AEA Suggestion, which AEA is Alpha Ever After. It's in a Facebook group that I'm in with Clara Kingsley. I chose Book Boyfriend by her, and I read that one. And then for the second one, it was Set in the Past. And for this one, I chose The Book Thief. But I DNF'd it for now. I'm not like kind of in that frame of mind right now to read it, but I do want to try again. So that one we're just going to put on the back burner for a little bit, and I'm going to come back to it. Then the next one was Rom-Com, and I got A Not So Cute Meat by Megan Quinn, and I read that one. And then to top it off, I read the one behind it, the next one, both really good. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, I wound up switching out my original pick. And for this one, I picked Hook by Emily McIntyre because there's a whole plane system in, like they talk about in there. So that one fit. And then Sci-Fi Romance, I originally picked Cress, but I switched that one out to Made It to the Alien Beasts by Ivy Sparks. Mythology retelling, I read The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. And then for poetry, because I got that one again, I didn't go get a poetry book, but I did read poetry for about 30 minutes online and found some really good stuff. I'll have to share that with you guys later. And then for hubby pick, he picked Good Girl, Bad Blood, and I'm still reading that one. Technically, I'm out of days for August, but I'm not that far off from being done. So we're just going to finish it up in the next day or two, and I'll be good to go. And then for my Reese Witherspoon book that I pick every month, I got Still Lives by Maria Hummel, and I read that one. And then for TBR Knockout, 2 prompts. The first one was buddy read, and for that one I chose The Oceanography of the Moon. We are currently still reading it together, so it won't be done in August, but it will be done because like we waited too long to be able to finish it. For nonfiction, which was the second prompt, I chose Mary Poppins, She Wrote, and I read that one. And then for buzzword, it was Object, and originally I had The Book Thief there, but instead I changed it to Hooked, because there is a whole clock on the cover. So that's what I went with there. So I did pretty good, a lot better than last month. But yeah, so let's go ahead and look at my Bookopoly rolls, and I'll show you what I did for that, and then we'll start playing this scratch off right here. Okay, so roll number 1 for Bookopoly, I'm going to put right here. As you can see, I landed on small book. So for that one, I chose Family of Liars by E. Lockhart. This is the prequel to We Were Liars. It's a family that lies. And anyway, this one is 280 something pages. No, 90 something, I think. the last numbered page is 299. So I just made the under 300 mark for this one. Okay, for the second roll, as you can see, I wound up getting dice roll roulette. So I went ahead and rolled again. And there is a chart in the little printout. I know it's okay. There we go. That we're given for the Bookopoly-thon, and this is the number right here, 7, that I rolled for that. And for number 7, it is a book that has 325 to 374 pages. So for that one, I chose Alice Feeney. She wrote this book, Daisy Darker. I don't know why I did that backwards, but anyway, this one is about a family who they go to this their Nana's house or whatever, grandma of some sort. Yeah, Nana's 80th birthday party, and while they're at the party, Nana winds up dead. And then shortly later, someone else winds up dead. Everybody at this party has secrets, and they're basically kind of like on an island or whatever, trapped on an island, and they have to wait until the tide comes back in so they can leave. So they're literally trapped, and 2 people have died at this point, and one of these family members has an issue, and they have to figure out who it is, reveal whatever secrets need to be revealed so they can possibly save themselves. So super interested in this one. So for number 3, I got published or set since 2020. And I picked this one, and this is Long Live the Pumpkin Queen by Shea Earnshaw. And this was published in 2022. It is the story of Jack and Sally. Basically, we leave off where she is no longer kept by Dr. Finkelstein. Is that his name? Yeah, Finkelstein. She is now with Jack to be the Pumpkin Queen. But she's like second guessing whether or not she traded one prison for another prison. So we shall see. I absolutely love The Nightmare Before Christmas. So I was super stoked whenever this book was coming out. Roll number 4, we got a chance card. And see what I did here, if you noticed. If you watch my other video, all these books have been shown before because these are my picks that I got for Seasonathon Academy. They just happen to work for this one. So on the chance cards, which is you write names of books, and you pick a card, and that's the book you have to read that goes with it. But if it were community chess, you would have had to do like a prompt and find a book that fits the prompt. But being it was a book, I went ahead and wrote down all the books that I already had selected for Seasonathon Academy, and I picked one. And the one I picked is The Collective. And this one is by Allison Galen. And this is a group of moms who are like, they get together or whatever, and like the main character is still grieving 5 years after her daughter's death, and is still obsessed with the privileged young man she believes to be responsible. So basically, these parents, moms, I'm assuming it's all moms, all get together and they try to, like, I guess, avenge someone's death. Who knows? But it sounded awesome. I got it from Book of the Month, and I've been wanting to read it. This was from November of 21. So it's not that old, but it's old enough where it's almost a year. So I need to get it done. And then time to see what the last one was. All right, so the last roll for Bookopoly-thon, I got Mood Read, which is so exciting. So I'm not going to choose a book right now, but it'll probably wind up being the group book that goes along with Seasonathon Academy, most likely, because that's the only other book that I didn't. But I basically, anything that I choose, I have to be in the mood for. So we're gonna mood it. So that's everything for Bookopoly-thon. If you guys want to participate, like I said, you have the entire month of September. I'm gonna link Becca's video down below, and if you go into the description of that video, you will see the board, the instructions, the explanation of the prompts. So before we start this, normally I do my Reese Witherspoon book club pick at the end, This time we're going to do it at the beginning. That way I can use it for a prompt if I need to, since we already have 5 books on the TBR before we even started the game. So this is the jar of all the Reese books, all except for like the last 3 months, I want to say. Orange is adult, pink is young adult. So let me grab that. And for this one, I got a young adult, Tokyo Ever After by Emick Jean from summer of 21. I probably said the name wrong. I apologize. So let me pull this up and see what it's about. Okay, this one seems pretty interesting. This is about, she calls herself Izzy. She is an Japanese American, and she lives in the white, mostly white folk California town. She always felt like she never fit in. So recently, it was just, it's been her and her mom, but she discovered who her father is, and it is the Crown Prince of Japan. So she goes and visits, and now she kind of has to prove herself because of all the paparazzi and cousins and everything else that are coming after her. She never, like when she lived in America, she's not quite American enough, and when she's in Japan, she's not quite Japanese enough. So she has to find that happy medium to see where she fits in her life. So it should be pretty interesting. And these papers keep falling. Okay, so normally I do 6 rolls for my TBR game, and if I got doubles, I would add a roll. But this month, we're going to change it up a little bit. Because I'm doing 2 other readathons, and I want to make sure I get all of those books read. Hopefully, I can get some of those on my actual TBR with the prompts here. We are going to use cards instead. Like, that's my new thing. We're going to do 5. We're going to use cards. I'm going to shuffle the card, and the card that I pick, like, let's just pretend for a second. If I pick this card, which is a queen, if I pick a queen at all during the process of playing the 5 initial scratch offs, then I have to add an extra scratch off. But if I don't, then I can keep the 5. But if I happen to, say for instance, I pick one on like number 4, so I would play all 5 of those, and then on the 6th one, which would be the bonus one, if I would pick another queen, it wouldn't count because it is already in the bonus round. So that's how we're going to do that. Now, as far as these sticky notes over here, normally when we play, we start here, we go across, come back all the way, and when we get to the end, we go back to the beginning. That's going to change too. We're going to start here like we always do, and depending on what the card is, that's how we're going to move. If it's a heart, we go up. So for instance, if we're already on the first row, we're going to go up, which basically brings us to the bottom to go up this way, however many numbers it is. So like if it's 7, we would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go back to the bottom, 7. And then if it's a diamond I pick, we're going to go down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're going to go down this way. If it is a spade, we're going to go to that way, the right. And if it is a club, we're going to go backwards to the left. So let me find a quarter because I got to scratch these off. I'm going to shuffle these cards with you guys. We're going to pick whatever the double is going to be, and then we're going to pick the 5 cards we need. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle twice in between each round. So got some stuff right here I'm going to use to shuffle on. 1, 2. All right, so this top card is going to be for doubles. Oh, and it happens to be a queen. So anytime that I pick a queen, I will have to add a round. So we're going to put that back into the deck. We're going to shuffle and draw our first card and see exactly how we're going to be moving. So, one, oop. All right, shuffled it twice. The first one is a 7 of clubs. So clubs, we go this way. So what we're going to do is, instead of starting here, we're going to come over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what we're going to scratch. Let's see. Let me get my quarter out. All right, and we got audiobook. That should be very easy. Let's see what I have on audio. Okay, so for audiobook, it works out perfectly because this book is available, and that is One of Us is Next, which is the sequel to One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. So if you remember, I read this one, I don't know, a couple months ago or whatever. This one was basically about 5 students who all got detention, and while they were in detention, one of them dies, and then they all become suspects. But the thing about the person who died is he was in control of like the gossip like website that everybody gets all the good juicy stuff from, and he had something for each of them that made them look like they were possibly involved in his murder. So One of Us is Next is continuation of that. So super excited, looking forward to that one. So yeah. All right, so not bad for my first pick. Let's go ahead and shuffle. And see what number 2 is. All right, so card number 2 is a 5 of clubs. So we're still going backwards. So, well, there goes my paper. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got thriller. So this one's very easy. Like, I don't even have to think about it because I have multiple thrillers already on my TBR. We're going to go ahead and throw the collectible in there. And hopefully this really gets me to read it. I want to do better this month on my TBR. I want to knock them all out. All right, so number 3. Mess that bridge up. Don't you just hate when you mess a bridge up? Like, I like to have the perfection. All right, so number 3 will be this one. And we have a queen. So now we're doing 6. Spades. So the way I'm treating the queen, we're going to treat it just like poker. This is automatically a 10. So the 10, the jack, the queen, and the king are all moved 10. So with the queen, we are going to move 10 in that direction. That way. So where were we here? We're just going to go back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope. Nope. Gotta figure this out. This is gonna be our guess month. We're gonna figure it out over time. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one. This one says suitcase on the cover. Okay, let me check any of the ones that I currently have and see if they have a suitcase. If not, I have to go find something. Okay, so for suitcase on the cover, we're gonna go with Book Lovers by Emily Henry, and this one is about Nora. She is a cutthroat literary agent. She is only the heroine when it comes to getting her clients the best deals, I'm assuming. And her little sister basically asks her to go to Sunshine Falls, North Carolina for the month of August for her sister's trip away. And while they're there, She runs into Charlie, who is a bookish, brooding editor from back in the city. It would be a meet cute if not for the fact that they've met many, many times and has never been cute. If Nora knows she's not an ideal heroine, Charlie knows he's nobody's hero. But as they are thrown together again and again in a series of coincidences no editor worth their salt would allow, what they discover might just unravel the carefully crafted stories they've written about themselves. So I've liked all of Emily Henry's other books that I've read. I've heard really good things about this one, so we shall see how this one goes for me. All right. So that was book number what? 1, 2, 3. So this is number 4. Let me shuffle twice. I missed completely. Let's try that again. 1, 2. All right, so number 4 is another freaking queen. Hearts. So we're going to move 10 up. What did I do with my quarter? I lost it. Oh, there's my quarter. Just kidding, I found it. All right, so 10 up. That's what I said. So we were here. There goes my other sticky note. So 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's how we're going to play this game. All right, let's see what this says. Mirror, mirror on the wall. I have to go see what that prompt meant. I think it meant like a fairy tale, but I'm not 100%. So let me go check that one, and then I'll come back and tell you and see what book we choose. Okay, so mirror, mirror on the wall meant you can do something that has mirror in the title, mirror on the cover, something reflecting on the cover, a fairy tale, or maybe a book where the character is reflecting like on their life or whatever. So I decided, if you watched my video I posted the other day with 10 random books off of my shelf that I want to read by the end of the year, I have Unbirthday. It's a twisted tale. Technically it's like a fairy tale type. So that's what we're going to go with. And this is what would happen if Alice was very, very late. This is after she's grown and she has to go back and see what's going on, because she developed some photographs of her neighbors, and strangely the faces of the Queen of the Heart, the Mad Hatter, the Caterpillar, etc. Their images are there in the photos, so she has to go back and see what's going on, and maybe she'll be late, maybe she won't. So that was book number, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's number 5. This is our last official. So as long as I don't get any more queens, then I only have to add 2 extra books, but I don't have to count any more queens after this draw, which is super exciting. So let's play 52 card pickup. Be right back. Okay, it was more like half the deck I dropped. So let's try this again. We're gonna shuffle. 1, 2. All right, so number 5, a jack. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now let's go 10 spots, and it's a jack of spades. So that means we're gonna go that way. So we just stopped here. Now we need to go that way, and then yeah, this just puts us all over the board. I might have to fine tune this moving around thing, but it's our first time doing it, so we go on with it today. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go back to the beginning. 10. A book a frog didn't like. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so This is another group of men on Facebook, and it is the monthly book club group or whatever. So basically, they call their members frogs. So now I have to go look through the group and see something that maybe somebody didn't like. And by mean didn't like, something that either I'm going to go with like a 2-star or a 1-star or a DNF. So let me go look through this Facebook group and see what they didn't like this. Not necessarily this month, because it doesn't say this month. It just says ever. So hopefully they have some stuff that might be interesting for me to read that they didn't like. Be right back. Okay, so one of the books they did not like was the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. I've been looking forward to this book. I meant to pick it up like a while back and I never did. Basically, it's like Steel Magnolias and Green Fried Tomatoes meet Dracula. It is a woman's book club group who like take it upon themselves to watch the neighborhood and their children and everything else because a stranger moves in and apparently he is this blood-sucking vampire. We shall see how this goes. I don't want to know a whole bunch about it. Just the fact that there's a book club in it and we're talking vampires that we're probably going to kill sounds good to me. All right, so it is our last selection. This is book number 7, right? Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I lie. That was our last official. Number 6 and number 7 are the 2 queens that I already picked. So let's see what 6 is going to be. 1, 2. We have a 10 of diamonds. So that means where's the diamonds? Okay, hearts is up, so diamonds is down. What did I do with my quarter? Oh, my brain's not working, you guys. It's ready to shut down for the night. So a 10 of diamonds, like I said, that means we're going down. And the last thing that we picked was a book a frog didn't like. So we have to go down. 10 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got a comical read. Comical. And I don't think anything from the previous books are going to hit this mark. So let me go see if I have a comedy that's short or on the shorter side, because I might need some help. We're getting a lot. So let me go see. Okay. So for this one, we're going to continue a series that I started last month, and that is the book Boyfriends by Claire Kingsley. So the second book in this little trilogy is called Cocky Roommate. And this one is about Kendra, who she needs a roommate to, like, I guess, help with bills or whatever. So her brother recommends his friend Weston. And Weston is a one-night stand type of person. He doesn't really like to get to know people, keeps him at a distance, but Kendra is a little much for him. Like the point where she tried to get to know his one night stand, from the night before when he was just trying to basically like kick her out. So the two of them with opposite thoughts on like relationship stuff living together, I think it's going to be hilarious. It is listed as a rom-com. The other one had some funny parts too, the first book. So I'm assuming this one will be the same. So we're going to see how let's just say a man whore and I want a relationship girl type work together as roommates. Have a feeling we're going to end in an HEA, which will be awesome. So let's just see what journey takes us there and see if Kendra can change Weston's mind. All right. So it is time for our last shuffle and last pick. Lord, Lord, Lord. One. This is our second one. Two. All right. So no matter what we get, we cannot add anything. We are done with all that. We got a jack. Why am I getting all these high cards? Like, I literally have been moving a whole lot. So we got a jack of clubs. And clubs go this way. So this is where we were. So we need to move 10 this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this one is, cover has an object on it. Didn't we just get one like this last month? No, I lied. That was our buzzword from last month. So let me see what has. Okay, let me think about this. I'll be right back. Okay, gonna make this easy on myself and pick up one of the books that's already on the Bookopoly, as well as the Seasonathon Academy, and that is Long Live the Pumpkin Queen. And there's many objects. We have a crown, we have flowers that are objects, have a whole mausoleum that's an object. So we are covered on objects for this, so this is the one I'm going to pick for that. Okay, so it seems that my TBR knockout prompts, as well as the buzzword prompt, are going to be easy this month. So for TBR knockout, number 1, read a book with leaves on the cover. Technically, there are leaves in the bouquet that she's holding. So this is what I choose. And then the second prompt is read a book with red, orange, or yellow on the cover. Got lots of red. We got some yellow in the title. So yeah, that one definitely counts. And for the buzzword, we have light, dark, shadow, like those types of words, descriptive, I guess you would say, in the title. So we are going to go with Daisy Darker. So yeah, pretty easy this month. I didn't have to go like get an extra book. I actually had them all. All right, so for the month of September, we have 2 readathons as well as my regular TBR. So for all of those, we have quite a few books, but we can manage. So these are the physical ones that I own. Those are the ones that will be physically read. And then we have One of Us is Next, which will be an audiobook. And then we have Cocky Roommate, excuse me, Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Southerner's Guide to Slaying the Book Club Slaying Vampires, that book. We have that one. What else am I missing? And I think that's it. So yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and then I have the group book for Seasonathon Academy, which is by Aiden Thomas. I can't think of the name of it at the moment. Ray Bear, Sun Bear Trials, maybe? I don't know. So we have a good. Oh, and then we also have Tokyo Ever After, which is my Reese Witherspoon book. How I forgot about that, I don't know. So lots of reading to keep us busy this month, but I do need to finish the 2 books that I currently have that are rolling over, which is Good Girl, Bad Blood, and Oceanography of the Moon. So not bad. Let's keep this train rolling and see if I can knock all of these out. So, have you read any of these books? Let me know down below how you felt about them. And we'll see if our tastes line up there. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.